Hi, folks. Welcome to week 3 of English. This week, we're going to take a step back from short stories from One More Thing, and we're going to do a little bit of poetry instead. But we're going to do it a little bit differently than we usually would. I'm not asking you to pick up a pen and pencil and a piece of paper or anything like that. At the beginning of the year, for those of you who were with me, we did something called found poetry, where we sat and you listened to the people around you and took little snippets, little bits of their conversation and wrote them down and ended up writing them down in an interesting order. And that became one of your poems. What we're going to be doing this week is called Blackout poetry, and it's quite similar to that. It's a different kind of found poetry. So let's start off with your checklist, which is going to be on Schoology. You're watching this video now. Good job. And then this bit is going to be explained in my presentation. Alrighty, so here we have Blackout poetry. The first step in Blackout poetry is to find a piece of text to use. I recommend a newspaper or a magazine that you have laying around your house, or even an advertisement if it's a long piece of advertisement. You want a good page of text to work with here. I don't recommend things like receipts or other short bits of text that have a lot of numbers in them. I recommend things like newspapers, novels, textbooks are great. Anything that you can find that you can doodle in a bit. So that's why newspapers are really good. All right, the next step is to loosen up. I really don't want you guys to worry about making mistakes or about messing up your poem. This is art, and I would love for you to have as much fun as possible here. So take that into account when you're picking something. If you want to pick something a little more fun from a magazine, you're welcome to do that. I'd love to see some fun, funny things. But on the other hand, if you're feeling like you want to express yourself through poetry, a great way to do that is by finding an article that has something to do with what you're stressed about. So I'll show you in a little bit what I mean by that. All right, step 3, do not read the article. Don't read it. Don't read it right away. Instead, you're going to find an anchor word, which is basically one word that jumps out at you from the page. That'll guide the direction of your poem. So for this poem, originally I chose humankind. And based off of that, I connected the other words that I found in the writing. So once you find that first word, you're going to read through it, or at least skim it, and identify words from that page that kind of go with your original anchor word. So this poem, as we've read it, or as we've blacked it out, reads, "Farewell, humankind, no remorse." Let's go to the next slide. So real quick, some articles won't work. Skip on to a next one. This is not a long assignment, so I really want you to find something that you connect with. All right, so your poem is going to be read from left to right, from over here to over here, and from top to bottom. So don't confuse your reader by drawing arrows and things like that. What I want you to do is just black out everything that is not the words that you've chosen. So if you read this with me, you're going to see, "Farewell, humankind, no remorse. I shall die triumphantly, flames, light, spirit, peace, farewell." So that's kind of effective, don't you think? It reads as a poem. And that's what I think you guys are going to come up with this week while we work on this. All right, if you want to do a step 6, this is optional. I'm not requiring you to do it. You can turn your poem into an illustration by drawing on it. Here we have somebody who did a piece of art of Frankenstein and highlighted these words lighter so that we could see them more effectively. It's a closer look. I love this. All right, so now it's your turn. You guys are going to be working on this week. So grab your pen and paper, or whatever sheet you're using. And go back to the checklist. And get started. I'm just going to show you this example real quick. This is the page of Frankenstein, and these are the steps. Circled, or I put boxes around the words that I chose. I drew a black line over everything that is not those words. And then I made this cool transparent doodle over that page. All right, so if you are going to be doing this work on a sheet of paper, like a newspaper or a book or something like that, you don't need to watch the rest of the video. But for those of you who are doing that, this is where you're going to be posting your assignment. You're going to click on this and upload either a PDF or a JPEG or any sort of photo file of your piece of paper. So that can be in front of your camera and just take a picture of that and upload it. It could be with your cell phone and upload it, however works for you. But if you're doing it online, all on your computer, and you're not using paper, watch the rest of the video. All right. So what I've chosen for my paper version, or sorry, online version of this, I found an article. It was just the first article I came across about COVID. I've been feeling a lot of anxiety about COVID. I'm sure all of you have as well. And I copied just the text here. And I posted it here. And now I'm going to show you step by step exactly how I did this. So let's start with finding an anchor word somewhere around the beginning. I'm going to say immune. Immune really stood out to me. I'm going to highlight it yellow. I'm going to highlight every word that stands out to me after that yellow as well. All right, so won't be controlled, immune. I say appear. I don't know. That's just standing out to me. Cause. Research. Say most. Locking. These are the words that I find connect with this first word, immune. I also have this general feeling of being stuck with this pandemic, so I'm looking for words that kind of show me that feeling. So locking made sense to me. Allowing. Say not, because we're getting a lot of no's from the government recently. Periodic. Paired to. Outbreak. Director. Okay, so now that I've got my words highlighted, what you're going to do now is switch this to a black highlighter. I'm going to black out everything before and after my highlighted words. And look, it's blacked out. So once you've blacked out everything besides the words that are highlighted here, and I'll do that real quick and then come back. All right, I'm back and I've blacked out all of the words besides the chosen words for our blackout poem. This is done, all done. So let's read it from top to bottom and left to right. Immune, appear cause research most locking, allowing, not prepared. Ooh, I like that, not prepared. Periodic outbreak, director. I like it. It speaks to the time that we live in right now. And what you're going to do once you've completed this on your computer is hit download and PDF. All right, that's how you download a PDF version of this. And then again, once you're done with that, you go here and submit it in a PDF form. All right, so that's exactly how I would complete a version of Blackout poetry. I hope you guys have fun with this week, and I'm excited to see what you come up with. Talk to you soon.